Tim and I will be exploring the dark past of Knoxville, Tennessee, as we investigate what has been coined by Taps Magazine, the hidden gem of haunted America. We will be teaming up with the paranormal historian, J. Adam Smith, who single-handedly put Knoxville on the map of every paranormal investigator's radar. Jay has been featured in Paranormal Underground, provided historical research for the book Ghostly Places in Tennessee, and even teamed up with the award-winning production company Maple Street Productions to film Historic Hauntings, a paranormal study of Ramsey House. Personally, I am super excited to be able to investigate and learn from such a well-respected paranormal investigator. So join us as we expose the hidden secrets of Knoxville, Tennessee. What's up, guys? This is S.T.S. Paranormal. We are at Knoxville, Tennessee in downtown. We got Nikki here. We have a newcomer to the show, Michael, Steve, Rachel, and of course, Firm. We actually have a legend in the paranormal field. Been in the field for about 20 years, 2 decades. His name is J. Adam Smith.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jay. I'm known as the Paranormal Historian, and I'm taking these cool cats around downtown Knoxville, which is my stomping ground. I am a professional paranormal investigator, yes, investigating for over 20 plus years. Some of my techniques can be helpful for the group, not to mention all those of you who are watching this amazing YouTube channel, all right? So tonight I'm gonna take everyone around to some of the hot spots downtown that I actually have the receipts for unfinished business or issues going on. And hopefully with all the hands involved tonight, we'll capture enough evidence to confirm some hauntings. It's gonna be fun.
You can personally tour with Jay. You can do private or public investigations with Jay right here in Knoxville. So if you're interested, be sure to do that. And if you want us to do more investigations with Jay, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm so excited to do this.
Hey, not to mention, I have to say, from everything I've seen with S.T.S, I love the methods they have, respectful is the way you investigate. I love that. I love that they got some great sensitives in the group. Really interested to see what they capture, some of our locations. Not to mention, come on, let's capture some cool evidence, yo.
Let's do it, let's do it.
I'm gonna take you to the first ground zero. I think we already kind of made a decision of where we're gonna be heading to. We do have one of the sensitives doing the Estes method tonight, so we're gonna have to make sure that they're keeping them quarantined. We wanna make sure that we're not gonna have any evidence that has a chance of maybe not being truthful, and I think that's important. Who's going to be doing the Estes method tonight?
Miss Nikki.
Excellent. So what we're doing is we're going to put her in a protocol to have her with noise canceling headphones on while I'm giving the history. Now I'm going to tell you that, of course, I'm going to lean more on the history side. Obviously, that's how I've been very successful downtown Knoxville. The key element in my investigations is if you know the trauma, you know all the reasonings, you can ask those questions directly. But I'm always open for new concepts, such as the Estes method, and see what they gather with that.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Let's start walking, because I think
we're gonna get some good footage, Brian.
It's not as bad as you think. So general ideas of Knoxville, why is it a hot spot, why Ghost Hunters magazine actually called us a hidden gem of haunted America, is based on the history. Is the history traumatic? That traumatic history will then equal high probability rate that there can be activity going on. With that being said, late 1700s, we settled the city. At that point, we broke 3 treaties. Trail of Tears had come through Knoxville. After that, the city was created. We had Revolutionary War, Civil War, divided loyalties, mobsters, gunslingers, secret societies, and secret families that are kind of keeping things incorrect, a little bit preserving their family name. And of course, my job is to step on as many toes as I possibly can with receipts. So right now we're on Gay Street. Gay Street is where Knoxville got its start originally. This is actually the dirt road. When we first settled the city, this is our main road. Obviously the city has changed, the city is raised, the street is raised in the 1920s. But coming up here is a unique ground zero, and we need to make sure that once I share that information, we get the Estes method on.
I can still see, I just can't hear.
Exactly.
We don't want her to hear any of this history, so that our Estes methods is as authentic and evidence-based as we can possibly make it.
Can we ask her something to see if she can hear us?
Hey,
yeah,
Nikki.
sure, go ahead.
Woo!
All right, so she heard the woo.
Yeah. Can you turn it up?
I can't hear you.
Did you hear the woo?
Huh?
Did you hear that woo?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
In 1919, there was a race riot happening. They call it Red Summer. All right, so basically there was a lot of tension between African Americans and whites in this city. There was a young man who was accused of murdering a female. He happened to be the son of a prominent attorney. The attorney knew at that time period the tensions going on between the whites and the blacks, and knew, I gotta get my son out of the city or else he's gonna end up getting a lynching because of the issues going on. He snuck him out on the train dressed as a female. With that being said, the whites ended up going to the jail to demand the release of this son, but he wasn't there. So they let these protesters, these angry white mob, go into the jail. At that point, they ended up pistol whipping the officers, stealing their guns, and then started heading down Gay Street towards Summit Hill, basically rioting, breaking storefront windows, starting fires, things like that, until it merged on that intersection where we're gonna be at, where the National Guard created a line, protection between the African American, the black community, and this. Supposedly only one person died, but witnesses saw snipers on top of the buildings. Really, only one death, or are they keeping it quiet? So we had a lot of racial tension here. So it'd be interesting to see if there's any spirit that might have any issues with what was happening with that. You might be able to get some idea with that. She can take them off now.
I didn't hear anything, but I saw that pretty painting.
There'll be some jaywalkers here.
We're on a mission.
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Jay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try to get you guys to the actual closest part of that cross section.
Did you get that shot of puke on the ground? That was...
Did I step in puke?
No. No, it was in the corner over here.
I have to pee again.
Times like this when I wish I was a guy, could just whip it out.
You're on microphone.
Oh my God, I forgot. He'll cut that out. Cut that out. Don't use that.
All right, so I guess step one is those who are doing scientific starting points. That would be you guys sweeping the area, looking for anything that goes off of the one light on the K2 meter to give us that starting point, along with our sensitive as well. All right, so with that being said, I'll let you guys do your thing and I'll be around to assist you guys. So we're getting that initial starting point, utilizing all the techniques that we have.
You want to go ahead and
All right.
start looking, Steve? Just look for EMS spikes.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So our other scientific one will be Michael here. He has the other EMF. So that you can see.
I call and ask spirit and spirit guides alike to answer our questions and seek only truthful answers from real spirits aligned with the highest good for all involved. I do not allow evil or malicious intent to flow through me, but I invite spirit from the past to use me as a conduit for communication. I'm going to ask my spirit guides and my dowsing rods. Can I use the dowsing rods tonight to try to communicate with the spirits around me? Yes. Can you point me in a direction of where your energy might be so that my friends can find you?
I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like...
So let's try to move that direction and see if we can
I
maybe
feel
get
something
something
over there.
That's
that,
good.
that
Follow your-
direction.
Yeah. Because I could see like it was trying to point past me, and I've been looking at this tree ever since we got here.
Can we talk to you tonight? Is there a spirit here that we can communicate with? Yeah, there's a spirit here.
All right. Well, if there's any spirits here, I just want to say my name is Brian. It is an absolute pleasure to be able to talk with you tonight. If you would talk with us.
I got a
It'd be a
second
great
light
honor.
over here.
And
It's
like
Do
very
you want us to go
random.
that direction?
See if I can isolate where it's at. We mean you no harm. Spirits, we mean you no harm at all. We're here because we want to know what your story is. Can you please come to this device and let us know that you're here by making this blink, please? So, even though I'm not able to get that blinking on a regular basis, the key element that is there at some point tells us something.
Can we communicate with you using the flashlight method that Jay has spoke to us about that I'm sure he's shown you before? Can we do that with you tonight? Yes. He said yes.
As you can see right here, Jay is setting up an EMF and a flashlight.
So the EMF directly next to the flashlight I found is kind of helpful because it'll let us know if there's any energy coming to that flashlight. As you can see, initially laying it down, it's holding a solid green, meaning no energy present. But what happens if I start having conversations and now EMF's coming there? That can be a good sign. So it's a good idea to use that as a secondary purpose. Now, typically I like to take 2 steps back to give spirits the space. Hi there, my name is Jay and these are all my new friends. If there are any spirits around, you see this lantern, this torch, just a way for you spirits to communicate with us. We would love to have a conversation with any spirit who is in this area that may have had some experiences here that were not very good. Oh shoot, we have Estes method with us here. How are we going to do this? Because normally I'll use my history to communicate with the flashlight.
I can go ahead and put it on.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead
And
and
if
put it
I hear
on.
stuff, I'll just say it.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's a good idea.
I'm here for you.
Any
I'm not lying. It was so clear.
Just said, "I'm here for
Immediately.
you." Wow.
I'm
Can you
gonna
believe
sit
that?
over
That's
here.
insane.
Well, over here.
Awesome.
May I ask, are there any spirits that have something to share with us about
Starting out,
the
walk
the race riots that were here?
after all.
If there is a spirit that may have been African American or white that may have had some issues in the 1919 race riots, they called it the Red Summer. Can you let us know if you're here with us?
Tourists, and they are 7.
If there are multiple spirits here with us, can you let us know that you're here by turning off this lantern, please? Are you visiting? Did you ride on the train to get here?
Brave.
So initially, not getting any activity on the flashlight, which is fine. What that could tell me is, one, it doesn't mean we can't capture EVPs with something that might be here. But it does tell me if they can't do the
grave.
flashlight, that we're probably gonna have to listen for softer
Friday,
EVPs versus loud
September.
ones, because they don't have enough power to interact with the lantern. They're probably gonna have a weaker voice on the spirit box.
Can I ask the spirits, do you know how to use the flashlight? Have you done it before?
May want to call it something they're familiar
24th.
with, lantern or a torch, if it's old.
Planning your funeral.
Spirits, do you understand what I ask about the lantern or the torch that's there in front of me, that light that we have on the ground?
They used to make fun of me.
No,
That
they don't.
has-
He doesn't understand me. So, see, they answered no, doesn't understand me.
Okay.
I'm truly sorry that you don't understand me. Maybe I can put it in another way for you.
I don't.
Jay calls it a torch. There's a torch down there, and you can change that light, whether it comes on or off, based on your
500.
energy. Can you turn it off for me?
You can find it. No one ever talks.
Yes. It will
Would they
help us
like
know
us to
you're
take
here.
a step
Garbage.
back from the flashlight?
Would you like some room? We'll step back. We'll make some room.
Let's
I
try.
son?
definitely have a feeling. Like, I have a feeling that there's something here. I feel usually when there's some
Jesus.
type of communication, there's something, a feeling usually from this side of my body over to this side of my body. But I definitely have a feeling that there's something here that wants to communicate with us.
Right, and then here's one of the
Shame.
things I want you to be aware of is I decided to pull out some unique special locations tonight. They're not typically visited, so we're going to call them virginal.
Okay.
So with that being said, it makes sense that the spirits don't know how to deal with the lantern at this particular location, because this is
Hello,
a special
my
spot I
friends.
want you guys to check out. All right, so we have to be encouraging, maybe explain to
devil.
them what it's for, what
Okay.
it's for, and all that.
Okay, I need a second.
That's fine.
There's a lot going
You're
on.
getting a lot.
I feel like
you're getting a lot
somebody's
of crazy-
angry.
You're getting a lot of stuff.
Somebody is angry, confused, lost, something.
Something.
I've heard Jesus, the devil.
We
Plan
do
it
get
my
a confused.
funeral.
We do get a confused kind of feeling going on out here as far as what we're doing.
It
This is
literally
not a
said,
typical place we investigate, so the spirits here may not know what we're up to, who we are, and why we're here, because this is not.
Should we introduce ourselves to the spirit?
That could
Yeah, I
be
was
very
trying
helpful.
to earlier.
Yeah, I think
But,
maybe we should.
Yeah, so spirits here.
Now, I introduce, whenever I do my equipment, I don't know if I believe I introduce myself as Jay. I think that's typically in my process because I'm following those protocols for talking to someone
Was there
from
a
the
lot of
1800s.
violence that happened here?
There.
Or like,
Well, you're not supposed to know the history. So
Well, I don't. I'm asking the question because I feel like-
I'm going to call that a hit.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with it.
because I
hit-
feel like somebody is like angry or
you definitely-
sad or something.
Yeah.
Do you get
we'll
a
move with that,
nationality
yeah.
or a race?
No, not that I can
Okay.
try though. I just heard the devil and I had to take him off for a second.
That's understandable.
Well, tell them to go
Yeah.
away. It's not
Go
welcome
away.
here.
All right.
Well, not the spirit, but
Not the
devil.
spirit, but the devil.
The devil cannot be here today.
They could just be describing like the people,
They could be.
you know,
Yeah.
that were evil devils.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll put it back on.
Do you check this area right here with your EMF detectors?
You're here, make these lights flash. Take your energy to
Now, by the way, a huge protocol, just to kind of be aware of, anytime you're dealing with an old facility, be aware of how truly important, you never see it on the ghost hunting shows, please and thank yous. It seems so beneath us now these days, but back in the day, it was crucial. It's either I'm going to make a friend or I'm going to make an enemy.
Perm, you want to introduce
They
yourself?
tried to wound us.
to the
Whoa, did you just hear that?
Spirit, yeah.
They tried to wound us, she said. Snipers.
They just said you tried to wound us.
A way to break free.
Oh God, I just got a
Shattered.
chill.
I'm getting chills too. So at this point, the sensitives are recognizing something's here.
Yeah.
She's getting some hits, all right, on her things. So I think at this point, why don't you do a Spiritbox session and use any of those facts?
Over there.
Well, the wounded aspect
Okay.
matches to some reports I've gotten that are off of the record from families that grew up in town. And they're telling me that there were snipers, yet there's no
Right.
snipers to any of the research I have. Yet,
She said right.
I'm telling you, I think the reason why these spirits tend to say they like me and stuff is because I'm honoring their spirit. I'm honoring their history, telling it the way it really was. And it's like, I'm sorry, it wasn't good.
All right. Let's pull her out.
So basically, you were able to do your session. You got a couple good hits. Okay. So that's useful as supplementary evidence. So
Someone's
at this
mad.
point, you can hear what's going on. So basically, this is where a race riot happened in 1919.
Wow.
Questionable factors of people getting shot, number of people, casualties way too low for what it was. And then I've had accounts saying that snipers were involved.
Oh wow.
Wounded. Think about the wounded one you said there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They try. I think I said something like they tried to wound us. Or
They tried to
something
wound us, exactly.
Yeah. I definitely felt violence.
There's supposedly
something
only one
violent.
death, and it was by a chain gun.
Oh wow.
Cutting a person in half.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. So she got
Right
some
on the
hits.
bike. Yeah.
So those are good hits.
So she got some hits. So we're gonna go ahead and do a spirit box
I got
section.
some feelings too. I didn't just get words. I got some feelings.
Yeah.
Typically what I do, and you can see if it works for you, but I don't want to micromanage at all. I like to go through all those protocols that allow me to converse with someone, say in the 1800s. So I always say, hi, my name is, introducing myself. If there's a spirit here, you can talk through this device. May I please have your name? That right there typically is a good way to communicate. And then go into your questions.
Hello, Spirit. My name is Rachel. Is there a spirit here that would like to communicate with us tonight?
You can do it through this device.
We have this device here that you can do it through. Can you tell me your name? Yes. Please.
Yes.
Yes.
If you could say your name again, we would really much appreciate it, please.
That could have been something. Now, good question.
Warren, did you hear that?
No, but that's why we're recording it, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that good idea to do every periodically is to ask how many spirits are present, because if it's over one, we know we're listening for more than one voice.
Okay. Are there several spirits that are trying to communicate with us here tonight? Could you answer that question, please?
It sounded like it said I don't want to bother them.
It's going on and off. We were talking to.
Last one's going
That's
off.
exactly.
on and
That's
off.
what
It
I
went
heard
off again.
as soon as you
It
We
did.
were
I
just
just saw
talking
it.
to it.
All
See
right.
how you're doing that?
Hey, let's move this over to the flashlight.
If you don't mind again, just to turn that light on, please, for us. We greatly appreciate talking to you. And
Hi there, are you interacting with our lantern? Oh, well, hello there.
Thank you very much.
It is so nice to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
We're here for you. We're here to have a conversation with you. Would you be willing to talk to us? If so, you can turn off this lantern. We can actually hear your voice. Oh yes, very good job. Very good job. That's very intelligent and quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Oh, it's definitely smart. It's definitely smart.
May I ask how many spirits are here? Please. May I please ask how many spirits are here? We are truly grateful for you trying to communicate with us tonight. We mean no harm to you. We're just trying to figure out some history and verify that these things truly happened. Thank you. Thank you very much.
May I ask, did you witness any riots here?
May I ask you, did you witness riots here? Can you remember what happened when the bad things were going on around you? I see that. I see that you can remember that things happened. Were you younger when these things happened? Were you fearful when these things happened? Please.
Good job. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Were you afraid because you were in the National Guard?
It spiked when you asked that.
It flickered.
It spiked to 2.3.
Thank you for answering that question.
Did you operate the Gatling gun?
You want me to ask him?
I'm giving you historical questions.
Okay. Could you please answer me? Did you operate the Gatling gun?
This is in general.
Jay, were the snipers part of like the National Guard, or like who did they think were the snipers that were?
That's a very good question. And maybe the spirits might know.
Okay.
All I know is they're snipers and they were...
Okay. Thank you. I'm assuming that you're trying to answer that question for me. Were the snipers that were taking people out, were they part of the National Guard?
If so, can you turn off the lantern?
If so, will you please turn off the lantern? Were the snipers that were on the buildings that were taking out their anger, were they just angry?
I heard yes on the Spiritbox too.
Thank you for answering our questions. Thank you for answering our questions. We
It said
really
yes
do
right before
truly
it turned
appreciate
off.
that, giving us the history of this area. When you were alive,
No.
did you see a lot of death happen from those snipers?
Do we know that we're talking to a victim? What if this was a sniper?
Ah! Thank you for acknowledging
Is the unfinished business because
Nikki's
of what
question.
they did?
Well, I just asked. I was like, "Are we sure we're talking to a victim or the sniper?"
Were
And it
you a
turned it on.
victim of a sniper?
Were you the sniper?
Oh, I just got a chill from top to bottom.
All right, so at this point, did we get the whole pizza pie? No, but I think we got a couple slices.
Yeah.
Possibility that there were snipers, verification through the flashlight with that. going through and listening to the recordings, hopefully that's picking up because you might be able to go back and actually hear, because I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter if I've been investigating for over 20 years or not, I'm not going to hear everything come through that spirit box. That's why I like that recording, because I can go back and review it. So with that being said, we do have other ground zeros. I think we got some good pieces here. I think we got a few pieces to the puzzle. I think that definitely we're all feeling that something very low vibration happened here. We had a couple hits from you, which is awesome there. And we had flashlight activity, which is great. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love when they do that. Yeah, very good. So if we're looking at that, we got EMF, we got flashlight, potentially some EVPs to the spirit box, psychic impression. So we're looking at 4+ pieces of evidence at this location in a short time. So that's pretty cool.
And
who has to go to the bathroom?
Me. I'm sorry.
All right, no
I
worries.
drank a lot of Coke.
All right.
Okay, we're down.
Yeah.
Someone come with me. I'm a girl. We go together. You can do it. Dang, why is everything uphill? Ooh, look, a castle.
you can do it.
What? We're coming. I can't hoist her on my back. Who's yelling? Who's yelling?
We're gonna need headset.
What's that radio?
It's all in the trolley.
Okay, good. Oh, it's on my wrist. I said, where's the radio?
So, Civil War. Originally, we were Confederate. Union took over. Once Union took over, they wanted to make sure that this city was extremely fortified. So, of course, you're going to fortify every direction, north, south, east, and west. Protecting from the north, we had a battery. So this right here would have been that area that they would have set up for the battery. So the possibility of interaction with Civil War soldiers that could still be on duty. So it's very possible that soldiers could still be at arms protecting the city from those horrible Confederates. Okay. Now when she does the Estes method, is it just spirit box assisted Estes, or is it just straight, this is what I'm getting for a psychic impression?
The spirit box is kind of like what you did.
Yeah, that's why I was just clarifying what I was noticing there, because I noticed she had a headset on. I know she was spitting out words. I wasn't sure if it's sweeping a spirit box. Is that what's going on?
Brian,
The spirit box is sweeping.
would you
yes.
say that Nikki feels like she has some type of psychic connection?
Yes.
Or, okay, so.
I mean, in a way, but yeah, I would say that she's sensitive. I like the word Jay uses, sensitive.
I get feelings like,
Okay.
I get a feeling of like an intuitive kind of sense,
Okay.
right? And when I listen to the spirit box, it's definitely a learned behavior for me. It doesn't come as naturally as it does with her.
Okay.
This right here with my intuition and the dowsing rods, I definitely feel it. I'm more connected that way.
I love the science, and I love the testing, and I love the verification. That's why I believe in my tools as much, because
I will
I've
take
done
that
so many
shot.
investigations over the years with them, and you know, when you see things repeat themselves
here,
on the same
right
questions,
here.
on the same
Tell
interactions,
it
Hey
to
guys, my dowsing rod's crossed right here. She just said, I will take that
Conduit.
shot.
you'll do what?
She said, I will take that shot. I will take that
wow.
shot. Millimeter
Okay, that's
conduit
interesting.
is what
So
she
Together.
it's
just said.
very possible that it
Right
would have
here's
been
where they
the
crossed.
battery
I
may have
said,
been
tell
up
me where
there.
to stop, and it said right here.
Hey, that's good. So at that point, we can have one of our group put an EMF detector down. Maybe I'll put mine down, and flashlight.
And I liked it. Shot at me.
It definitely, she got a hit on that, no question. Now 1 of 5 could be 5 total spirits, maybe. So what we're going to try this time with her is we're going to see from what she got for responses, if she can think of all the responses and see if she can get an idea of what it might mean. That's fine, because
So Nikki, what do you feel like all that meant? That you were saying. What kind of feelings did you get from that?
I think there were a lot of young boys in whatever army there was, or I think a lot of younger people were involved, not just like grown men.
What do you feel like happened here?
I don't know. Same thing back there about shooting people or some
Now, if you
sort of
close your
violence.
eyes, see if you can visualize anything and see what you see when you visualize. I'm helping her sensitivities. See if she can be able to gather it.
I feel like maybe there was an accident that involved a young boy.
Young boy.
Yeah, or a teenager. I don't know. I remember something about a teenager.
Okay. It was a Civil War battery for the Union. So shooting was involved.
Yeah.
High point. She got 1 to 5. I'm wondering if that maybe we
I can't
can.
always remember everything I say either. It's hard to recall.
Yeah. What I was doing was I was testing a different aspect to see whether or not you could also get those words coming through, but then also see if you get a psychic impression on top of that. So I was just testing it,
Yeah.
and the more you test it, your psychic impressions might get stronger. You might end up building that capability.
I feel a
So
lot
based
of
on what you're
regret.
getting, it's okay.
Like there's regret around here. They didn't like whatever they
Well,
had
you
to do.
said still on guard, right?
Yeah.
Which makes sense that you'd be guarding the battery and the city from the north attack. Okay, high vantage point. So I mean, you had a couple hits there, Civil War shots. So now potentially doing a spirit box session, seeing if those numbers 1 to 5, if we get a response of how many spirits are here, see if that might be the reason why she had that, or how many soldiers are still on guard. These are good questions to utilize some of her stuff to see if they help.
So, Michael, this is your first ever investigation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I remember
How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited. I'm encountering some new things. Happy to be here. I have a good feeling we're going to see more.
And have you gotten any actual hits that we haven't noticed yet? Or?
Not over here. The last spot I did. I did get some tingles though. Some
Tingles?
Yeah.
Oh.
Felt some chills.
My name is Rachel. We're here to communicate with you. You can communicate with us through this device right here. Can you tell me, please, how many spirits are here with us right now?
800.
8?
I heard 8.
I heard 800.
800.
Wow, that's
a bit much.
It doesn't.
it's a response, but can we trust it?
When we get a response like 800, there could be several spirits that maybe weren't part of that particular history that we're trying to.
Or it could have been the question was not specific enough.
Right. So, in rephrasing
800
it,
could have died.
I wanted to be more specific. Spirit, are we welcome here?
Now, touching on this, remember every spirit has the trauma, right? So talking on things that might have trauma, did you lose any brothers in war? Did you witness any murders or killings? Did you kill anyone? These are all pushing on those emotional things, and that tends to draw stuff
I
out.
definitely believe a teenage boy was killed here.
Okay.
I felt that like whenever I remember saying in the Estes method, he shot at me. He was just a teenager. He was a teenager.
And it's very possible. There is a tall, high-rise building. Almost looks like an old hotel. It's actually it's housing for the low income. And from what I've heard over the years, there's been a lot.
Okay. That could have been it. That's why he was saying he was just a teenager.
So some stuff might
He
be
was just a
totally
boy.
historic, and some stuff might be more recent. I tend to try to keep my stuff more historic so that I don't upset anyone or anything like that.
Can the spirit that's communicating with us, will you tell us how old are you, please? Spirit, were you a sniper?
That could have been something right there, that little bit.
Yeah.
Spirits, did your weapons often fail you when you were trying to protect the front?
I heard a yes, very soft.
Stop doing these things.
Are my questions upsetting you?
Spirit, are my questions upsetting you?
I heard helping.
How many spirits are here with us, please? I heard him say Brian.
Yeah, I heard it.
They always call you out.
They do. Only because
Spirit, is there somebody here you would rather communicate with than me? Spirit, is there another name I can call you besides Spirit?
Download the Jordan.
Were you a young boy? I'm not feeling much.
Yep.
I'm not feeling much.
So even though you don't feel much, make sure you always do the closing afterwards.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you want to switch up? That's a great idea. I was about ready to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
Not saying one's better than the other. It's just move things
You
around.
might want to try his dowsing rods. I would prefer that you don't use mine, but
I won't touch them.
I would
I know.
suggest. Yeah, I know how you.
Do you
how I am
not
about
have
it.
dowsing rods?
I don't have any of my
Have
own.
you ever used them before?
No,
No, it'd be my first time.
Getting some. She was gonna get some. But
All right. Well, I'm not good at the dowsing rods, but I know how to use them. So I'll teach you how to use them. It's basically you have your knuckles together like this, and you start in a down position. One's gonna be slightly higher than the other because you want these to cross without hitting each other. Okay. All right. And the goal, and I'm not good at it. Again, I'm gonna say that again, is that you come up, and it should stay like this without me holding them in place. All right. So step one is, can I bring it up and get these to maintain a nice solid like this? At that point, then you communicate, and I'd say, can you show me where the bald guy is other than me? And then it would do this, and then I would turn myself. All right.
I'm bald.
Have you ever been taught that with dowsing rods, typically crossing is yes and away is no, but you need to ask when you first hold them, can you give me a yes and can you give me a no? Because it can be the opposite way if that's the way that your
Yeah.
spirit communicates
So
with
the
you.
way I was taught is that cross is yes and
Yeah.
no is that. Okay. But if you're like this and you got one doing this and they're doing this and all this kind of stuff, then that would tell me that you're not controlled enough.
I
prefer
know if it'll help.
my pendulum.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. They were kind of heavy, but I want to try.
All right, tell me when to put these on so that I don't hear what you're saying.
Girl, put your records on.
so what I'm doing at this ground zero is not going to be the exact spot that we found for this spot. We're going to give them the opportunity to see if they can actually lead us to the exact X-Marshal spot. But one thing I want you to be aware of where we're at, you'll notice that we're kind of at the plateau of this hill. All right. What things historically would have been on the plateau on the top of the hill? Churches. But what would also be on top of a hill that's got a more of a notorious aspect to it? The Gallows. Early 1800s. Now, interestingly enough, this Gallows actually has connections to one of Knoxville's most haunted stories about something that happened in 1820 that made the newspaper downtown in 1840. Dr. Foster, he was a minister at the Second Presbyterian Church and also a professor at the university. He was fascinated with galvanism, which is a science with energy, interaction with the human body. Right before 1820, a book came out by Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. So, with him being interested in the sciences at the university with the interaction of energy in the body, and a book like Frankenstein comes out, you would almost think, any scientist would say, I wonder if that actually can happen. Well, interestingly enough, it made the story. Dr. Foster wanted to show how he could reanimate a recently hung body of a murderer who was hung at what is called Gallows Hill, which today is the top of Summit Hill. He brought the body back very confidently to the church, most likely the basement. Onlookers saw the body shake a few times, take a breath. At that point, he stood back and said, murder should not live, and stopped the experiment at that point. How can that help us on investigations? Well, in 1820, what's the chance Dr. Foster asked permission to mess with that body of the guy who was hung? Probably not. What's the chance that he was lucky enough on his first attempt to get the body to shake a few times and take a breath? We know that this was a popular location for hangings, and it could be possible for activity. So we'll see how the psychics do.
Where are the gallows? This way, to the right. Whoa, that feels so weird. It's this way.
Okay, keep on following. I'll tell you if you're right. Trust it. Trusting is the key element with divination
Anytime
tools.
you need to move me, just move those rods. You mean to move this way? To the left? right? I know my left and right ghost, I'm sorry. This is so cool. I'm not moving them, I swear. I've never used dowsing rods before. Where to?
Being led on their wild goose chase. Trust is a big thing for divination. So whether you're doing dowsing rods, you're doing pendulums, you're doing things like that, divination requires a trust. And I think that once I trust my divination 100%, and that's why it's spot on when I do it, okay? Right. So that's really, so the trust aspect, it did tell her exactly initially, but then it led her on a wild goose chase. Yeah. So why don't you guys check out over there, see if any spikes on the EMF detector.
You, Michael, getting anything over here?
Not yet, but I have a feeling there is something.
You got a feeling?
Yes. Were you on your way to be hung?
This is a secret society building. Isn't that weird? Like he said, that's so weird. Like, what are the odds that some weird secret Eagle Society forms? Part where there's gallows and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
This is bizarre.
Makes you think. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more to all this conspiracy stuff.
Dude, like the galvanism, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know something about energy. Like Nick Tesla. You guys ever heard of Nick Tesla?
Oh, yeah.
I heard some crazy stuff. He just disappeared or something? Yeah. Is that true? Like,
yeah, I don't know the facts on that.
Yeah, like I heard he was building the unlimited energy source and he just disappeared. Like they didn't want that, the gas companies. Yeah. I would definitely Google fact check that though, because my memory's terrible, guys.
You ready? Okay.
You're doing good with the K2 over there. Sweeping nicely.
Can you take the rods to straight?
Certainty.
Leave them straight. Thank you. Is there an executioner around here?
Put them in.
Thank you. Can you take the rods back to straight, please?
And then they said to this day,
thank you.
Let them.
Are you the executioner? Did you kill that teenage boy that I was talking about?
Hard.
Oh, wow.
Hard entity.
Yes on that.
And there were thousands.
Can you take the rods back to straight, please?
Thousands could be a hit.
Yeah.
Do you feel a lot of regret for what you did and your part in all of the chaos and all of the
7.
death?
7 again. Second time we've gotten 7. I wonder if it's
10.
He regrets it. That's exactly what I felt.
regret.
Yeah, there was a soldier that killed a teenage boy and he regrets it. That's what I just got.
Makes me wonder whether a particular spirit attached to her due to a similar energy. You know, it's like spirits will connect to you if you share an emotion or they find something that, you know, you guys connect on.
The very next day, the visitor.
And I will say I haven't really felt much of anything in any of these spots until here.
Here, really?
Yeah, I feel different here.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's. I'm not saying I'm a sensitive or anything. I'm just saying I feel
well,
different.
we all are sensitive to a point. So again, the more you trust your sensitivity is when your sensitivity builds.
Next.
Yeah. Can I ask some questions?
Yep. You want to do a spirit box session?
No, just let's do a spirit box session. I want to ask something.
So we're kind of makeshifting this just a little bit. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to work with your team with what you have. I don't typically have a lot, multiple psychics.
And then there's 7.
Doing, but I love it. I love the concept of trying different stuff and giving you guys time to use your methods and styles.
Fire energy.
is that what you're saying?
My EMF reader did go up to the middle.
And I just went to straight?
Whoa, where? 3 lights?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to the middle.
Did it go away?
It did go away. It was very brief.
That's one of the biggest hits yet tonight.
Yeah.
And it's Obviously not traceable because it's gone.
Pull.
It's a shame.
So that
They keep
right there,
saying
absolutely
pull.
get a flashlight set. Probably use the ledge right there. Perfect.
Can we get a spirit box? I want to get a spirit box. Spirit box.
All right, so we want to
It's
go ahead and
pointing to me now.
get her awake.
It's pointing to me. Can you take them back to straight, please? Well, I'm in the way.
Yeah, it wants to.
Okay, sorry. I'll move for you. Thank you.
Who says you can't have a good time investigating?
Yeah.
I heard the word pull. Like they just kept going, pull. Pull. Like, I don't know.
Pull?
Yeah, pull.
So if you're thinking about what was pulled, if you were to close your eyes and visualize what they're pulling, are they pulling a wheelbarrow? Are they pulling a rope? Are they
No,
pulling?
it felt. It felt like they were like beheading, like pull, like.
So it has
you're
something
next.
to do with pull?
You're next, pull. You're next, pull.
I think that's a hit.
Yeah.
So notice what I was asking them to do
It
is
wants to
one,
talk
get
to
those
you, Brian.
responses and see if you can pull it together and get a visual from what it is. Now she's actually connecting based on the answer she got to put it together, the pieces together. And I think you have a big hit because this used to be the Gallows in the early 1800s.
Yeah.
Pull.
Pull. That I just kept hearing pull.
So that's
and
what I was
heard
trying to say. Well, pull
7
what?
and you're next, and pull.
So beheaded, it might look like you're being beheaded, but you're being hung from your head. See what I'm saying? So it has some form of closeness to what
Like
this
pulling out from underneath.
pulling out from
But it kind of felt
the
like
trap door.
Yeah.
And then of course someone pulling the rope
And
possibly.
they said 7 and you're next. You're next, pull. And I kept hearing pull.
Okay, then
Like,
that's
it
great.
just-
So we got good psychic impression. Very good job. All right, you're definitely developing. So who's going to do a spirit box session to see if we can actually get a clear EVP?
Nikki believes he wants to talk to me. Hello, spirit.
Did you have a problem with it?
My name is Brian. What's your name? That sound Tim? Max or Tim? Will you repeat what your name was, please? Tim.
Yeah.
Is your
I heard
name
Tim twice.
As the name?
Yeah. Tim. I asked
Oh,
it.
Tim.
Yeah, I asked it. What the hell? My name's Brian. What's your
Okay.
name? It said Tim.
Okay.
I couldn't really quite make it out, but I thought it said Tim. And then he heard Tim as well.
Well, you also
That-
got
again.
you got a microphone
Yeah,
on,
I
so
know.
okay, we're all right.
But I heard it twice. It said it twice.
Come on, you're a paranormal investigator. Quit being surprised when you get evidence.
No,
You know, it's like I can't believe it.
I'm
We're
very
investigating the
skeptical.
paranormal, and something came through.
I'm very skeptical because it did it twice. That's crazy.
I got a
Guys,
confirmation on the name Tim.
Twice. Thank you, Spirit, for telling me your name.
Did you go through the 3 steps?
I said, I introduced my name.
Hi, my name is.
Yeah, I
If
did
there's a
that.
spirit here, you can talk through this device.
I didn't say that, but
Okay.
there's a spirit here. You can talk through this device.
May I please have your name?
And may I please have your name one more time?
May I ask how many spirits are with us?
So may I ask how many spirits are with us here? 5.
Wow. That was
5.
Day.
That was
That
I
was
heard that
clear.
back here.
Clear as day.
That's crazy.
Spirits, can you tell us what used to be here?
Spirits, can you tell me what used to be here? May I ask, was there a lot of death here?
That's why we put it down.
There, we're back on.
Do you know who the executioner was?
Alright, do you know who the executioner was here? Yes, but is barely there.
Was he a leader of the community?
Was the executioner a leader of the community?
Dowsing rods say yes.
Was he a founder of the city?
You know if he was a founder of this city?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Good job.
And we got a double yes. We got a double yes. One of the rods, because those rods went yes as well. So that's 3 hits. The double yes.
So notice by me having the history
Yeah.
and knowing that some of our founders obviously
Yeah.
allowed me to have the question that would hit home with that. So that's why I love the history, having that
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
Is
it? I'm compelled to ask a few more questions. I know we got 3 hits, but I just want to ask a few more questions.
Absolutely.
Okay. Spirit, thank you so much for answering these questions. Was there a reason? Do you want to speak with me personally?
Do I look familiar to you?
All right. Do I look familiar to you? Again?
Do you feel you were innocent?
Do you
Is that
feel like
pushing
you
on,
were?
that's pushing on that trauma, isn't it?
Do you feel like you were innocent? May I ask where you hung here?
Right when you said that, the light turned off.
So we got a yes on that.
See why I love the flashlights?
Yeah. That's crazy.
So it's confirming flashlight activity, and
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of responses, and
Yeah.
it keeps on correlating like that through the years. Do you like that we're asking you questions?
Yeah. Do you like that we're asking you these questions?
Yes.
Yes.
White? Light. Are there secrets here?
Are there any secrets here?
Some?
Take the rods back
Yeah.
to straight. Please.
Does the secret society know about what used to be here?
Does the secret society know what used to be here?
Nope.
Not answering.
Can you tell me what year it is?
Can you tell me what year it is? No.
Do you know what year
You
it
just said
is?
no. Straight up no.
Yeah, it's I'm.
The light keeps
Whoa.
going on and off too. It loves the light.
I said no there too. This is incredible.
It loves the flashlight.
This is
too.
incredible.
I love these things. I'm
It
gonna get
is
my
so
own.
much fun. I mean, it's addictive. It
No.
truly is. I mean, to know that my life was going to change to a point that I'm now
I asked if I was meant to
investigative
use these,
historian
and
and
they
a
told me
paranormal
yes, so.
investigator. I mean, I get to have fun like this regularly. It's so
Yeah.
cool. I love it.
Yeah,
So we
Dream
got plenty
job.
of confirmations. We got plenty
Yeah.
of dual hits and all this.
Yeah.
Now, the last key is be very respectful, thank them for their time, and hope they have a wonderful night, and listen for a response potentially.
Spirits, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for communicating with me here today. I really appreciate it. It is my honor to have communicated with you. But here I have to say goodbye, and I wish you peace.
Now, that was nice. That was beautiful. That was heartfelt. And it was way too long. Thank you, spirits, for talking to me. Have a nice night. Because if you go long like that, there may have been a response and you may not have heard it.
Right.
But it was beautiful. I mean, it was so sincere. And so, I mean, if I was a spirit, I would have like had a crush on you. All right.
Yeah. No.
Well, not too bad. Not too bad. So we got one more location in you.
All right, sweet.
Now we are going well past time, but I'm having fun
Yeah.
with you guys. We're gonna have to do this stuff again.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure. This is awesome.
Maybe I can be your special person every once in a
I'll
while.
have my
Yeah.
own rods next time. I'm having fun with these
Yeah, no,
things.
I'll-
Hey, you're welcome to use them anytime.
Yeah.
I
And if
like
you
it says
guys-
I got
I feel
them.
like I'm not even lying. This feels natural. Like I'm not even lying. This feels so natural for me.
That's beautiful, yeah. And
I-
it felt so unnatural to me, but yeah.
It
Nice.
feels so like I was meant to hold these things.
But hey, if you guys want us to hook up here with Jay more often, you let us know.
Yeah,
Look at the like button.
HauntedKnoxville.net.
Definitely.
HauntedKnoxville.net is a great way for you guys to reserve. If you want to do the adventure, grab your tickets well in advance because 15 years in, we'll just say I don't have to do any advertising. Everyone knows to come and join me, all right? So to get on the ticket. But yeah, hauntedknoxville.net, and private tours are available. That's what they're doing tonight, but I went a little private with a little extra exclamation points there for them. But you guys also get special. All right.
He's been really generous with his time, and I appreciate it so much.
All right, so do we want to do the Estes on the last location, or we want to free up all of our resources?
All right, let's
I'm cool with sticking with this. I really like this.
Let's do double
what do
dowsing
you guys want
rods.
to do?
No Estes, double dowsing rods.
We can do Estes if you want. But
I love shifting things around. Heck yeah!
All right.
All right.
what if we put the newcomer under?
Hey, the
You wanna
rookie's
try this?
the rookie's done well. He worked hard to find those EMFs.
You want to do it?
He found the
All right.
EMF,
All right.
got the flashlight down, and got serious activity here.
That's got to be a new rule. Any newcomer goes under. Any
Fair enough.
newcomer is going
Fair
under.
enough.
I'm hanging out with some new friends. All right, you guys are friends here, right? I'm helping you out. I see what you're doing. I think you have a cool thing going, and if I can be of any help, that's what I'm here for, right? For you or anyone else who joins my adventures.
The water.
All right. Nikki, I'm going to ask. I'm going to do a traditional method with Michael here.
I don't know why.
So how many people died here because of the hospital, correct?
Yeah,
Was
there
it like-
people who were injured in war were brought here. Many people were casualties and may have been extremely bleeding out and died in the triage tents in front of this
Just
place.
cut me.
Okay. So I'm gonna try some. If that's okay.
Absolutely.
Hello, if there's any spirits here, my name is Brian. What's your name? You can speak through
Let
this
me.
microphone here, and Michael will be able to tell me your words. Can you do that, please?
Celebrate.
Celebrate. So Michael just... Can you tell me your name? If there's any spirits here?
Love. For me.
Well, I'm not quite getting anything out of this. Like, you know, none of our meters are going off or anything like that. So,
You. Were. East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Were you in this
Open.
hospital? We also have a
I
rim.
see dead people.
I see dead people.
It's Haley Joel Osment.
he just said a Sixth Sense line.
That's funny.
I see dead people.
Must
Now-
have come through the device.
Well, yeah, it was Mike. If that was a spirit, can you tell me if you see dead people because you were in the hospital?
Don. Please.
I don't know. I can't hear me.
Are people screaming in pain?
Are there people screaming in pain where you're at?
Doctrine.
Doctor. Were you being helped by a doctor here at this hospital?
Knoxville College. Plateau.
If I'm being honest, sounds like he's just getting radio. Sounds like he's just getting radio stuff.
It might be. And he's breaking in. He's a rookie. He's getting used to the concept.
Yeah, for sure. You got a hit yet, Steve? Okay.
Might be quote dead.
It might be dead. It might be. Sometimes that's the case when we do these things, but.
I would say regardless whether we got any activity on the devices, we might still want to do a session, have someone actually do a full session.
Yeah.
We may want to break him out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I got a question with you. With the responses that you got, or what you're feeling, sensing, whatever, what do you feel? What do you feel that may have been here?
A lot of people. Just feel like there was like operations with cavalry, even just soldiers, probably them taking care of soldiers.
Are you that's insane? That's crazy.
That's a big hit.
That blows.
Now
that,
I was
no,
kind of listening in, but I didn't hear any of those stuff. But what was cool is that it comes down to what is he pulling together with those responses, and he could also be getting pictures. Did you get any pictures? Like mental pictures?
Kind of like operations, because you had to hear small words like pain, sting, cut. It's just.
As a major hits.
That's insane.
And that would have been going on. Now I want you to be aware, you didn't hear this. So this used to be the big Union hospital. And back in those days, they didn't have enough space inside the hospital. So a lot of people would be dying outside in the triage tents. Okay? So now I'm thinking he should do the Spiritbox session because he got such a major hit.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing. When you were under, I didn't think we were getting anything. But the simple fact that you felt that, and it's exactly right,
But notice what was the key element.
Is
you may want to use this in the future.
mind-blowing.
It's not just what you were saying.
So good job, man.
Now sum it up what you feel. And notice when he says this is what I feel, he pulled it all together. Even though we couldn't understand any of that, but he was able, with all that he was listening, getting connected there, he had some kind of, you got connected to this location.
It's pretty neat.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's probably, I mean, you guys had hits before, but that was a dead-on hit. I mean,
Yeah, like intuition.
it's unbelievable amount of how dead-on it was. Yeah, I can definitely see your emotion. You definitely got hit, almost like you were experiencing the hospital.
Yeah.
That's a great job. That right there. That's how anyone can become a psychic or sensitive. You know, you just have to connect and believe in it and trust it. And wow, I would say that this was an eye-opening experience for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And think how bad it would have been if you, on top of doing that, were disrespectful to the spirits.
I wouldn't want it. I don't recommend that.
Yeah, and it's like, thank goodness that we are empathetic to what's going on. And we thank them for sharing that, and we're sorry that they experienced that, and they can move on in peace now. I'm getting chills just by sharing that. All right. And I think that's the part that I love about Knoxville, is the idea is that I feel for the spirit. That's why I push so hard to be an investigative historian, and why I have to step on toes, and I don't stop when I step on toes when people give me a hard time. I'm like, I'm sorry you don't like what I'm sharing. I got the receipts, and it's part of our history. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the spirits need that truth. They need to be sharing that, you know? So here's a positive. If you were literally getting messages from a spirit, by them sharing that with you, that could have been what they needed to have peace and move on. So, you did a good deed. Ooh. With your emotional hit that you had there, I'll put money on it from this point forward. He's going to be a good sensitive for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Michael. Good job.
I had a feeling about that anyway. So
you go through the 3-step protocol. My name is?
From 3 to 5.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Brian. I didn't break it, did I? Yeah. There you go. I'm sorry, Brian. Hello, my name is Michael. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
If there's a spirit here, you can talk through this device.
And if there's a spirit here, you could talk to me through this device.
May I please have your name?
Would you please like to answer some questions for me?
One thing.
Were you a patient here? Did you serve in the cavalry?
What? Money.
Were you operated on?
That almost sound like you yes.
Wheelchair friendly.
Did you suffer a grave injury before you came here? How many spirits are hanging around here right now?
Watch terminology. Hanging around might mean some different 1800s.
Gotcha.
Well, a short rope and a long drop. What was it?
How many spirits are here with us right now?
Well,
Did you witness a lot of deaths here?
Did you witness a lot of deaths here? Were you someone who died here?
So I'm gonna do something real quick. Just pull that cord out just here to silence it. So I do this. This is a great technique to silence it.
All right.
So I'm gonna. You're doing good. You got good questions.
Yeah.
But I need you to get empathetic.
All right.
So your frequency, if
Yeah.
it's a concern, they're gonna want to talk to you.
Gotcha.
So try not to treat them as an object. Try to treat them as a nurse.
All right. Are there any words you'd have liked to said before you passed away? Do you have any regrets in life that need to be resolved? How many spirits are here with us right now? Are you even interested in talking to me right now?
Are you any deodorant, Jack?
May I ask, did you make it into the hospital?
May I ask, did you make it to the hospital? I'm not sure what to ask either.
Now close the session out. Thank you so much for talking. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I hope you have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
you're kidding me.
One of you.
That's what I heard.
I kind of heard that too.
To be honest with you, this was, even though we didn't get anything that stood out really strong here, I think the biggest thing that happened was you captured almost an imprint of the time here. So it's kind of like every location on this tonight investigation had something unique to give. And this one may not have given us so much with evidence with our tools, but it definitely gave you a connection to this spot that I think was quite amazing. So that in itself holds up, and it's definitely worth our while to be here. I think it's definitely going to impact you, and I think you're probably going to remember that.
Yeah. I still feel it.
Oh yeah, man. It's a burden. It's a burden. Awesome stuff.
Hey, what you think? What you think, man?
Ooh, tense, brother.
It's your first one.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna change the way you see everything. Like, it's gonna change how you see everything.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching S.T.S. Paranormal. This ends our investigation for tonight. I just want to personally thank Jay for having us out and teaching us some interesting new tricks and being such a kind and awesome guide. So definitely check him out. Anything you want to say, Jay?
Oh, I just want to make sure everyone knows that this is a great team to follow. Watch them. They're going to get better and better, and their investigation is going to be awesome. And definitely come visit me. I'd love to work with you and get you to hands-on experience paranormal for yourself. Catch you later.
Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.
God bless.